real live, in-depth zone.
Right. You know how you gotta use the camera and the mirror sometimes.
You are now tuning into Out the Box Radio Show. Entertainment at its best. Hot topics, games, and unforgettable interviews. Welcome to the show.
So goofy.
Bada bing, bada boom.
Hey.
We are live. We are live, RadioOnFire.com. Okay, first of all, today's a very special day. I'm going to let you know why, everyone who's tuning in. Because unfortunately, we lost two of my co-hosts because they're on vacation. That sounds really bad when I say I lost them, like they passed away or something. Y'all didn't pass away. You just passed away right now for today's radio show, okay? But you will be back next week. So we have two very special guests that I personally wanted to invite out today to be co-hosts for our show. Let me start off to my left. We have Miss Kimmy A. Workman in the building.
Hey, what's up?
I'm going to let you introduce yourself. Tell everyone what you do, what's your background, because I want them to kind of get the theme of why I invited you both here today.
Okay, sure. Well, I am happy to be here, so thank you so much for inviting me. I was a previous radio host, actually, at 92Q and WPB Radio, so I'm happy to be back in my radio roots right now for one night only. But aside from that, I'm an actress, a writer, a producer, director. I created my first project called Shock Nation. You can catch it online now on YouTube, and yeah, jack of all trades, I guess.
Jack of all trades. She wears many hats, and today she chose a really nice blue one.
Thank you.
I do like it though. It's really cute.
You know.
Okay. And to my right, we have Miss Kiera Zone. So let's do your little introduction as well. What you got going on, Kiera?
Well, first I want to say hello to everybody that's watching and everybody that's here with me today. Definitely an honor to be here. So thank you, Justin.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah, so pretty much I am an actress. Outside of doing acting, I also do promotional modeling as well. So you might have seen me in a couple brand ambassador promotions. Outside of that, I do a couple music videos, but acting is definitely the mainstream for me. Recently, I just did a Six Flags commercial. I was going to
bring that up. If you didn't plug it, I was going to plug it. You just did the Six Flags commercial. How was it? First of all, how many times did you have to film that ride?
Oh my gosh, I had to ride at least about 30 times.
Ooh,
wow. I got to the point where I told him, I said, hey, I'm done.
Yeah.
Just getting ready.
That ride looked like it would make me nauseous.
Spins 24/7.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I would have a heart attack.
Definitely check it out. It's on New Jersey, sixflags.com.
Yes,
so check me out.
Absolutely.
Riding.
And she did not mention this, but I'm going to plug it in for her. She has been a part of Out the Box Radio Show before.
Oh, yes.
So Kiera used to actually be one of my kind of like floating guest co-hosts when we needed fill-ins as well, back when we were with our old network. So she hasn't been reunited with us since probably December, right? Our Christmas show.
The last show.
Our Christmas show, yeah. So welcome back.
Thank you.
Welcome
back. Happy to be here.
Yeah.
And shout out to Jared and Jeanne.
Yes.
I wish you guys were here because I didn't see you today. Okay.
Well, and actually, I want to ask you a question before I get into some of the topics today. Make sure y'all definitely tuning in because in about 10 to 15 minutes, we have a special guest coming on. Mr. Velky from Arty Us Academy is in the building. We have a very special interview planned for him. And I'm going to tell you why when we get into the interview, why I really am excited about having him here today. Beforehand, I actually want to do a little something special. We have a video clip, and I want to show it because Miss Kimmy here, Miss Kimmy A, has several acting reels. Let me tell you something. I was on YouTube the other day looking through. She has, which is you have to do as actors and actresses. She had one for comedy. You have one for drama. So you know, I'm just watching the video, and you know how it goes to like next video about to pop up. And hers just kept popping on up, and I'm like, okay, she got plenty in the bag.
It's a new day and age, you know.
It's a new day.
Can't be afraid to shine and show your
bring
talent.
It up, Family Matters. Remember that song?
You know?
It's a new day and age.
Yes.
I'm just now got the theme song stuck in my head. But yeah, we're going to take a look at her acting reel. And this is more of the drama acting reel. So let's take a look at what she got to bring to the table.
All right, let's look.
I'm not going to share it because we're live on Facebook.
I let you in. You needed that money. You trying to get us both killed? You my best
Rest in
friend.
peace to my homie, man.
But I guess they're right.
Will, he passed
Money
away.
does change people. I haven't done nothing to deserve none of this. All I've been is a mother to your child. Working all these jobs and putting my life on hold to accommodate your lifestyle. All you do is lay up here with these no good men. First Tim, then John, then my young Thomas. And I bet you he's still beating on you.
You know what? That ain't none of your motherfucking business. Don't worry about who the fuck I'm dealing with. You know, get the fuck out of my damn house. Get out.
I feel really sorry for you.
Whatever. You ain't got to feel sorry for me, sweetie. I'm good.
Oh, you don't. My whole life, I've been trying to hide the pain that's been burning and crushing my soul, Mel. Trying to hide the fact that I didn't know my real parents. Don't you? Trying to hide the fact that I could never fit in. And trying to hide the fact that my stepmom beat me because her husband looked at me different from her. So no, you don't. I'm sick and tired of being here, Mel. So please, just let me go. Let me go.
All right.
Thanks, Justin.
We had to shout you out because you plugged it first when I gave you your introduction, right? So you talked about your series Shock Nation. Now you're into season 2 now, right?
Yes.
Is it pre-production phase or is it in process now?
Almost wrapped.
Oh, it's almost wrapped.
Almost wrapped. We have a few more scenes to shoot, which will probably take us about 2 more days, and then we're wrapped for the whole season.
When do you think the first episode will air? When will it start airing?
I'm hoping the goal is fall, so roughly around end of November. I'm looking to possibly have the premiere the beginning of November.
Okay.
So it's still in the works. Nothing set in stone yet.
Yeah.
All right, girl.
I've watched season 1, absolutely, and you have a lot of local talent, of course, in your production.
Yeah.
Including Cherie, who was just here last week.
Yep.
She had that scene in the classroom scene. I have a question for you about your series, though, because you actually are working as producer on this series and an actress. So you're a lead actress and you're producing it, which is crazy. You are literally juggling so much, which is a good thing. It's a good thing. So what is your favorite part about all of this? Would you choose more of the acting side or production side for Shock Nation?
Man, I thought in the beginning that all I wanted to do was act. Like, that's all I wanted to do. I had no idea that I could write, produce, or direct until I actually started doing it with my own work. So the greatest part about it is just being able to say that you created something.
Right.
And you are providing jobs and roles for other actors and actresses out here that may be having difficulty finding the roles that they want, that they, that may fit them. So that's the most incredible thing about it, just being able to provide work for others that are trying to get into the field as well. I love both. If I had to choose one side, acting is number one.
Right.
So, but I realized that I really do love being behind the scenes also.
Yeah. It feels so different, doesn't it?
Yeah, it is a different feeling.
It is, and I started production probably only a year ago, but I've worked on set of like America's Next Top Model. I helped with producing one of their seasons a long time ago. This when I was like 19 years old. But now we're co-producing the Face the Music series, which you actually are in a scene with me dancing, which is crazy.
Yes, I can't wait to see that.
And this reality series, I was just telling these ladies behind the scenes before we started. This is my first series producing, but I'm gonna tell you one thing. I love acting. But I enjoy producing so much more. I've realized
really?
Surprisingly, yeah. And maybe that's my calling to kind of switch over a little bit more of a focus into production because I have such a strong connection with the people that are casted for the show. And there's a reason why we casted them for their stories. So it is a reality show. Let me tell you, people automatically judge and say, oh, it's scripted. No, it isn't. This is not scripted. This is a documentary series. So this is stuff that really is happening to all of these artists, whatever they're suffering, and all of them are suffering from something tragic that happened in their life. It's real stories unfolding on camera. So we are all now such a close family, like I'm sure you are with the Shock Nation crew.
Yeah, definitely.
Such a close family, and when you have that in the bag, the sky is yours, because now you move on to more opportunities. You can network and do more shows with them. You can get them casted for other you can even refer them, which is great, because they're going to need your referral.
And that's actually how season 2 started, because of them. Like, I was unsure if I wanted to do a second season, and I didn't have any plot for it, but a lot of the actors in it was like, we got to do a season 2. Come on, think of a story for us. Like, I'm like, oh, and it motivated me.
Thank y'all for doing that, because I'm excited to see season 2 of Shock Nation. Okay,
I gotta check it out.
Are you ladies ready for some crazy topics?
Sure, let's get into it.
Are you okay?
I'm ready.
Just gotta make sure. And this is going to be a throwback from last week for me, because it was such a heated conversation. So I actually want to bring it to the table with you both. Okay. So and be honest, be open. We're very unfiltered, unscripted here. So don't hold nothing back. Even if you have a boo watching, well, guess what, boo? Turn the camera off for a few minutes. Don't watch, because we're gonna get into it. Okay. So I'm gonna start off with you. Okay.
All right.
Kier, what about the opposite sex confuses you the most? So when it comes to either your man or men in general, what just confuses you the most about the opposite sex?
Honestly, I would have to say their thinking. What I've noticed is that sometimes for men it takes them a while. So for instance, let's just say I tell you, hey, I'm getting ready to go to my car. It may take them a little bit of time to process something that I told them 20 minutes ago.
So they don't listen, is what you're saying. Men don't listen.
Yeah, definitely don't. They don't listen. They don't pay attention. Well, I'm not gonna say everyone, because we do have men out there that actually listen and pay attention. But mostly, I would have to say that, honestly.
Okay. Yeah. What about you, Kimmy? What you think?
Yeah, I definitely agree, and I'm not just gonna talk as far as my relationship right now, but past relationships as well. Right. That is a major one. Like some of them are like kids. Like you have to repeatedly tell them something, and they keep doing it and doing it and doing it. And it's like, I just told you this last week. How did you forget already?
Right.
So that's a major one. And then another thing that used to blow me was when something would be really wrong with you guys, you wouldn't be so open to expressing the issue with your women. Like it's like you feel like you want to keep that inside, because you may feel like either we can't help you with it, or I don't know, it's like, or you don't want to feel like you're showing your weakness to your woman. Exactly. But I think that, that's sexy to me. Like, I want you to talk to me about your problems.
Yeah, of course.
Okay. That's a pretty good one. Okay. I like both of y'all answers. Now, I'm not going to answer the question, because I'm in a little bit of a different field, so nothing about girls confuse me, because I am okay with both.
At some point in time, there was something that may have confused you in the past. So,
like maybe body parts. That's about it. That's about it. Just, you have this and parts. I don't. That's about it. Okay, so I'm going to flip it a little bit around, right? Okay, so not just focusing on men for each of you, but in general, men and women. People, anywhere, anything. What gets on your nerves the most? What just really grinds your gears?
One of mine is when you say you're going to do something and don't. And then just bad drivers, man. I hate it. Like, I can't stand like, I want to ultimately move to LA, but I'm very nervous about the traffic. So I hate traffic. Like that is my pet peeve. I know. It's insane, but those two are the top ones.
Man, I would have to say bad vibes. I'm a big person on vibes. Like, I pick up on people's spirits very easily. Outside of that, attitude. Attitude goes so far, and it's just it can either make you or break you.
And personality wise, just like
not even personality, just nasty attitude, nasty disposition about that person. Little do people know, like, your personality and attitude will take you to so many different levels, no matter what atmosphere you're in, no matter exactly what atmosphere you're in. So
especially in this industry,
definitely,
because your attitude could turn people off from you, and it could cause you not to get work.
Lose
exactly,
jobs, and not get booked in the future. Trust me, people talk. Producers network. People know people. If you're on the bad list, you're not just on their bad list. You're on the bad list across your area. Blacklisted. Okay, hashtag that blacklisted. I would honestly say communication. I hate people, and I'm not gonna hold nothing back. I hate people who don't know how to communicate.
Okay, yeah.
I'm a big, I'm so big on that. Even like organization, as you can see, I have to be very organized, and I have to have communication, and that's in a relationship especially, and that's also in just in general.
Especially the business world.
Oh my gosh, I can't stand the people I work with. And y'all watching, but I'm not at work, so don't say nothing. And don't approach me tomorrow either. No, I mean it just really gets on my nerves. And see, for me, it's hard because my fiance lives in Costa Rica, right? Okay. So long distance is very hard, and you have to have strong communication in order for this to work. And we do, but I'm just saying, you know, I've tried long distance relationships before and never lasted more than like a month. I could not do it.
Yeah.
And some people just are not fit for that type of.
Yeah. I think I did it once a long time ago. Didn't work.
I wrote a movie on my experience about my long distance relationship.
Ooh.
I gotta check this one out.
How long was your long distance? How far away was
it? Was about and we lasted about a year, but it was only about an hour and a half away in Hagerstown.
Oh, Hagerstown.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that's not that bad.
That's not too
Exactly.
That's not really, I mean.
Exactly. I turned it into a comedy. It's going to be hilarious.
And sometimes you have to do that, right?
Right.
Sometimes you have to laugh at the situation you face to get over them and move on, right?
Yep.
That is crazy. Yeah, so I think communication for me is huge. But another one is just people who are very hypocritical.
Oh, yeah.
Don't be about that life where you saying you don't do X, Y, and Z, but then you don't realize that you are doing that.
Right.
And you are an active role model in doing what you said you do not do. And I catch you doing that, no, then our connection is off, and I don't want to work with you anymore. I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to be around you because either you're fake or you just don't realize who you really are.
That's like a vegan that you see eating meat.
Eating some meat.
Like, what the hell? Oh, can we go?
Yeah, this show, I fuck shit, ass, crack, I say everything. Sorry.
Didn't eat meat, but you eating meat.
Okay. Well.
This is an example. I'm just saying.
Well, then, yes, don't be some carnivores when it comes to the bedroom.
Okay.
If you're going to eat meat, okay? 24/7.
I love meat.
Me too.
I'm a meat eater.
I love steak.
Oh, Lord Jesus. And my mind goes in different places. I'm trying to be appropriate. You can ask Jared and Jonay. When they're here, I go all the way out. Because I can't do this at work. I'm very professional at work.
Yeah, of course.
Very much suit and tie, keep it clean. So this is my fun time. This is my time to be
relax
myself.
and unwind.
Yeah, myself.
Yeah.
So before we bring in our guest, I do have one more activity I kind of want to do with both of you. And this is something that I saw online the other day. And I was like, you know what, we're going to touch on this. And it's a video, but we're going to be kind of talking while the video slideshow goes across the screen, right? Okay. So our mics will be on. This is the top celebrity black women who have not cracked. And you know black don't crack.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Y'all know black don't crack. I wish I was in your boat because I'm already starting to crack. You can't see today, but I'm getting lines on my forehead. Let me try to redo my life and come back.
Embrace it.
I will. Well, there's Botox, so I got a cover. I got a backup in place.
Surgery ain't always the best solution.
Well, so. I mean, but yeah, it's true. Black don't crack. So we're actually going to take a look at some of the top, I think it's 29 or 30, roughly, odd number, women who are, in the entertainment industry who just look amazing.
Oh, cool.
So let's get right into it, okay?
Alrighty.
Some of these people you might have to help me with because I don't really know who all of them are. I'm not going to lie.
I have an idea of some.
Have not aged. So we all know this first one, right? Angela Bassett.
Yes.
She is 59 years old. And look at her.
Yeah.
Skin tight.
Very gorgeous.
Wait, she's 59 now?
She's 59 years old.
Wow. Oh my God.
And looks beautiful. Now we're going to skip over to the next one.
Wow.
Halle Berry,
Oh, yes. Halle Berry. Oh, my gosh. How old is she now?
51.
Wow.
51
and she had a kid at what age? Like 40-something?
40-something, yeah. And she, for being a new mother, quote-unquote, like a newer mother, she looks amazing.
Halle. Shout out to Halle.
Bless her.
I miss Catwoman. She did a good job.
Oh, Catwoman.
Now, I don't really know too much about Nicole Murphy.
She is gorgeous.
She's so gorgeous,
but she is pretty. I just don't know too much about her. But, she's...
What's her age?
Other than she's in a reality show.
I guess. I don't know.
we love.
She cute. Okay.
She is. Yeah.
she lit. Okay.
All right.
Yes.
Now you already know.
Yeah.
You already know, and she's doing. And look at her strong arm. She got Popeye the Sailor arm.
Yeah, I need to work on myself.
She definitely works.
She's also in her 50s, so she just hit 52. But she is still looking great.
Wow.
Yeah.
52.
I love.
Wow.
I love her.
Kerry
Yeah, me too.
Washington.
Definitely.
Glowing.
I love her
41.
mouth and her structure of her face.
Yes.
To me, is very beautiful. I think I've loved every single movie she's been in. There's not one I've disliked.
Yeah, no, she's.
Yeah, I can agree.
Yeah. Just gorgeous, gorgeous. All right. Now, she's actually been a favorite of mine
45. I did not know she was 45.
I didn't either. Until I saw it online, I said, oh, girl. But she don't look like they over like 32, 33. I would give her that. I would give her 32.
Yeah.
And she's been one of my favorite actresses since I was like 19 years old.
Yeah, me too. Same here.
Can y'all tell me about Bianca Lawson?
Bianca Lawson, yes. Pretty Little Liars.
Okay, so that's why I don't know who she is. I've never watched that show. Okay.
I never really watched the show either.
Oh my God. Yeah, she's been around for a long time.
We don't all know you, but
39 looks good.
She can still play high school roles.
Okay, yeah.
All right, Sade, 59.
Now 59 years
I
old.
thought she was older than that, but she still looks gorgeous.
She looks good. And actually,
appeal.
I mean, I don't know if she got work done down there, you know, in the middle range, but they look perky enough to be 59 years old, don't they?
She had to get some work done.
Oh, okay,
There's bras out there that
really hold them up.
Yeah,
really hold them. Nia Long's a great actress as well. But she, I think she recently turned 47.
Wow.
And she's not showing that age either.
No.
She's definitely not showing that age.
Wow, long time Nia Long fan.
Yeah, I'm trying to decide what I like more between her comedy and more of her drama.
I like
Now,
her
of
drama
course,
better.
We all love Naomi Campbell, right?
Not really.
Oh! At least you're honest. I'm not going to take that from you. What do you not like? She's 40
Ever
years old.
since
What
I
do you not
heard
like
she
about
threw
her?
a phone at somebody.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes.
So she got a little problem with her attitude.
Yeah, that's what I
Kiera
heard.
doesn't like.
Right.
Yes,
I like that. 46 years old, and again, does not look at all 46. I think they're frauding these people with their ages online because I don't think that's really their ages.
Well, she looks a little older since she went bald.
Yes. Yeah. Hair makes a difference, girl.
That's what I'm looking at
Now, obviously,
Oh my gosh.
Miss Tyson. Now, Cicely Tyson's 93.
Wow.
I don't know if I've ever seen a
93.
93-year-old pull it off like that.
telling you, and the hair
no.
looks good too. She's slaying.
I just don't know if I've
Is
seen
she
it
still
now.
walking without a walker?
She's walking without a walker.
Jesus.
Walking slow, girl, but she's getting somewhere. Rachel True, 50 years old. I don't know who's Rachel True, y'all. I feel bad.
She's been around for a long time.
What is she in?
She was in the show. Oh, I can't think of it offhand, but she was in a famous TV show.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, like in the early 2000s.
Okay.
What's this?
We all love her.
Yes, Tracy
Alice Ross.
45. Wow.
45.
Oh, she's
Yeah.
45.
Now, didn't she recently do what award show did she do last year? Was it BET Awards or was it? I don't remember
I
which
forgot.
one.
BET Awards last year. She
She did it with that comedian guy. This is Jada Pinkett, y'all. So
Oh
Jada
yeah,
Pinkett
of
Smith.
course.
my
We
God.
know she slayed.
Always loved her.
Right,
and
but-
she makes sure she stay looking young all the
All the
time.
had a little bit of
Time.
plastic surgery.
She
think
did
she had
have some
Botox
plastic
too,
surgery.
yeah.
Yeah.
In
Now
her face.
her age ain't showing, but I remember her being in her mid to late 40s as well. Yeah. Renee Goldsberry, I don't really know who you are, girl, but you're 47. Good luck.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
That was good luck, not good look.
Right.
No, but she is
She
gorgeous.
do
though.
look good for
she is
47
beautiful.
though.
Yeah.
She looked like late 20s.
Yeah. I'll be wondering if these people, if they have like a lot of work done or not.
Oh yeah, Iman.
63 years
Wow.
old.
Looks really good.
Would you believe that by looking at this
No.
picture?
No.
But she has been around for a long time.
Let me tell you, lighting does wonders. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell
Editing
you,
too.
right. So I'm not gonna lie, you know, it is Instagram, probably a little bit filtered, but you look great.
Hey.
Oh,
Felicia Rashad, taking
Yes.
it back.
70. Oh my God.
70 years old. And she still does her parts. I love her in Empire. She got that sassy role, and she just does it
She was in
really well.
Drake's new video, wasn't she?
Oh, was
Yeah,
she in
she
Drake's
was.
video?
Yeah, I
Oh, I
thought she
remember
was.
that. I
Yep.
didn't see that.
The acting part in the very
Lisa
beginning.
Bonet. So she just hitting 50 as well.
Wow.
Husband looks good. Boyfriend, husband, whoever.
50.
50 years old. I don't remember the last thing she was in, but that's okay. She still looks good. That's the point. Tamara. Okay, so Tamara Tooney. Now she's almost reaching 60. You know what? I like her and I like her look, but I can tell you in about 5 years it will start. She looks like she might have the face that will start to
looking
age.
her age.
She will start to, but right now she looks good. She looks really good.
I give her about 55 right now.
So we all know who this is. You have to
Of
know.
course.
Have to know who this is.
52? She's only 52?
52.
I thought she was a little older than that
Honestly,
too.
I did.
I really did too. And she still be performing like she's 25, y'all. So give it
Yep.
up for her.
Yeah, she does. I'm not sure who that is.
Regina Wesley, I don't know either, but she's the youngest of the group of all these photos, I think. So she's 39 years old. Whoever you are, girl, good job.
Yeah, keep it up.
Good job looking young.
Whoop, whoop.
Looking fresh out in Hollywood. It's cool.
Yeah.
Oh, I love Regina Hall.
Me too. I was just talking about her yesterday.
Regina Hall has never failed me or let me down. And all her... some WD-40, whatever you call it. 47 years old, but she looks amazing. And I'm telling you, her comedy is right on point. Kimberly Elise as well.
Yes, love me some Kimberly Elise.
51. So I mostly know her from Tyler Perry movies. What has she done recently that's not been a Tyler Perry movie?
Oh, recently?
Yeah.
She did have a show about a pie or something. I can't remember what it was called.
Like a cooking show?
Yeah, it was a
now,
movie.
I've worked with her before. So Cynthia Bailey, obviously, I know Real Housewives of Atlanta, does not look 51.
No, she doesn't.
Even on the show, never. Even when she doesn't have makeup on, does not look 51. I worked with her modeling agency before in Atlanta.
Yeah.
You know, which eventually might be closed down. Elise Neal.
Oh, wow.
52.
Love her too.
52. You love what?
Love her.
Oh, they said her tits. Okay. I was like, okay, well, you know, they're up and running. They're hanging in there, so I don't blame you.
She does have nice ones.
She do got some nice ones. Marjorie Harvey. Someone tell me who this is, but she's 53.
Sure.
Well, she's on a cruise. She's enjoying herself, so good job. You 53 on a cruise.
She fly.
She cruising. Keep it up, girl.
For real.
The jacket look a little hot outside.
Oh yeah.
Y'all say her name for me, please.
Garcelle.
What's her last name?
I think it's Beauvais. Beauvoir.
I'm gonna go with that. Beauvoir sounds really like French and fancy.
She is French.
We're gonna do okay. Well, we're gonna go with that. Garcelle Beauvoir. She's 51 years old.
She good.
Yeah, she does.
Tony.
This might be our last one, I think. Toni Braxton. Yeah, only 50. But honestly, how much work? I'm not trying to be mean, but how much work do you think these ladies and a combination of these ladies have had over the past like 10 years, let's say?
In reference to what?
Like Botox and surgeries, and because
they got
they
the
all
money.
look really good.
Yeah, they do.
They all look
But not
really
everybody
good.
had any plastic surgery. I think just eating healthy, natural fruits, water, lots and lots of water. For sure.
Working out.
Skincare,
Yeah, working out, yeah.
Because you know, and y'all both know, the entertainment industry is very stressful. So when you are working non-stop
12 hours.
and you don't have time for your own life,
Yeah.
I'm telling you, maybe it's just because I'm white, I will start to age in a heartbeat. Once I start getting stressed, I find a new wrinkle on my forehead.
Well, I don't see any gray hairs, so you're doing good.
Oh, you never will find that because I have I have a quick pen at home that will die in an instant. You're not gonna find me with no gray hairs, and when they do happen, it's gonna be all gray. I'm gonna pull that look off. So
I mean, I think stress ages anyone, though.
It does.
honestly.
I think it first starts in your eyes. It really hits your eyes first, and you start seeing them deep bags, y'all.
Yeah, and then
Them deep bags, and then down the nose, across the mouth, and at that point, you just a skull. You just see the shape out of your your skeleton, your bones in your face. Well, yeah, we actually have the guest to bring on, so we're gonna show our video.
So who's
clip.
our guest?
It's Aaron Velky.
Aaron Velky,
Velky from Ortus Academy. And I want to show you a clip of what exactly he does with this business because it touches my heart because I'm very active in the community and I love this type of work and I love this type of business. So we are super happy to have him here today.
Yeah.
But for those of you who have not heard of Ortus Academy, you're going to find out right now. You're going to find out today. So take a look at this clip of Ortus Academy and then we will bring on Aaron Velky for y'all.
Woo!
So you can take a water break.
I just did 5% of $7,500 in my head. How did you get all that money?
Welcome to Ortus Academy. We are a Baltimore-based nonprofit specializing in highly experiential financial decision-making education. We offer two programs, Money Club and Numis Plus, both of which utilize our exclusive learning game, Numis Matters. Numis Matters is a learning game like no other. Students play through 5 years of financial decisions in 5 laps around your school's multi-purpose area. Students earn their income in paper money, manage banking decisions, life events, rent or mortgage and bill payments, can play the lottery, and make investments in real estate and their higher education. If students can accumulate the most assets in these 5 years, they can earn real money. Our programs, centered around the experience from Numis Matters, dive into subjects like savings, credit, debt, investment, value, and more. With an experience that's so hands-on, our education style promotes connective discussion and massive insights at a young age.
What, you let him pick?
He's got a cooler shirt on.
It's your lucky day, you won $5,000. You're so
Make sure you write it down.
lottery ticket.
You sure you want another one?
No.
Come on.
No.
Come on, it's a lottery.
No.
Come on.
No.
This encourages students to reconnect with and apply the skills they learn in math class and explore the world of money on their own. We recruit community members from local universities and business professionals that believe in financial education for kids, who volunteer to administer Numis Matters, which creates connections from inside of your neighborhood. Capital One recently reported that only 18% of parents talk about budget. An even smaller percentage of parents take advantage of the everyday learning opportunities about money.
All of it? Yeah. Can I use debit?
No.
Dang it. Okay.
I don't have a credit this
It's your fourth turn, right?
Dang it. Okay, well, that's 0.
Wells Fargo says that more than half of millennials, about 54%, say debt is their biggest financial concern. Arty Us Academy is dedicated to being the most interactive way for students to learn about money, so that a successful financial future is achievable. If you learned about smart financial decisions when you were young, what decisions would you have made differently? We see the value of our youth getting this knowledge at a young age, before mistakes become setbacks, and you owe it to them to bring Arty Us Academy to your school today. Visit www.ortusacademy.com/@myschool to sign up.
So that was a clip of Arty Us Academy, right? This is exactly what they do and how active they are in the community. So we actually have Aaron Velky at the table with us right now. Welcome.
What's up, Aaron?
Welcome,
Thanks
Aaron.
for having me.
Thank you for coming to the Radio on Fire Studios, Out the Box Radio Show. We're super happy to have you here. We're looking forward to dive right into this interview.
Let's do it.
To me, it's very important. It touches my heart because I work with kids in a side business as well that I do. I work with the youth from ages 6 to 19. So I'm right up that alley as well. And I want to see what you do, though, with Arty Us Academy. So let's get right into it. So tell us a little bit about Arty Us Academy, when you started this company, and the motivation behind why you started it.
It's a good question. So this started so different than it is. This was initially like a basic tutoring program. We just wanted to solve a simple problem. Can we get the kids that don't like math to like math, right? And so we got into this, and the further down the rabbit hole we went, we realized that what's happening in schools is, oh, you don't like math? Oh, well, we'll just give you more math.
Right.
Hey, just have more math. Just do more math. Why don't you like math? And so initially we were like, let's find a way to get kids excited about math.
Right.
So money was that thing that we thought could really hook a kid in.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
But then we realized as we progressed through the business and it started to grow and we started to try things, the question became, when do people use math? Right. Oh my, oh my, oh my. Like, how many people are using math on a regular basis beyond, simple addition, subtraction, multiplication, division? And, I took a ridiculous amount of math that I'd never, ever touch. Right, exactly. So we doubled down on money. And looking at the way my life is, the way others, like, money is every day. It's the questions, it's the concerns, it's the health, it's the happiness. So let's teach kids how to really get where they want to go early, before they run into trouble. Because this is how we learn, right? We're like, I'm going to try this. That didn't work. I'm going to not do that again. That's a good idea. I'm going to not do that again. And if we could create an environment where kids get to do that practice early, they don't make the mistakes when it's real.
Right. Which is
I
very
love
important.
that.
Yeah.
You're really building, you're not just building their character, but you're also building a foundation for them to be able to, they're going to remember this. And kids have a hard time remembering things, as we all know. But once they have something solid like this in place and a good foundation underneath them to help them, and it makes it fun with learning, that's the things they remember.
Yeah, and if we can create an experience around it, right? So it's not just like sit down, we're going to lecture you for an hour. Like we want them up, we want them moving, we want them interacting and feeling it. Like we've had kids, I don't know that I'm proud of this, but we've had kids cry after events. And the only reason that's so important to me is that it means they're fully engaged, right?
Yes.
If you're in tears, if you're that emotional afterwards, we've connected you to something important.
Right, exactly. Absolutely. So what activities, as we saw in the video, there's, I think you said 5 different stages or realms, if you will, of in the area that you're in with the business. What are those areas? What are these kids going to, these 5 areas?
Love it. So we have kids come into, we typically like occupy a gym. And we set up 7 stations, and a year is represented in a lap. So we try to play through 5 years or 5 laps. And students are moving through these 7 stations, and they've got to make decisions, which is really the skill that we want to develop. So the first station, we have them do some kind of work for their money. We make them do push-ups, jumping jacks, lunges, right? We make them get active. And we try to correlate work out for money in. Really simple relationship, but energy out, energy in.
Right.
The next thing they go to is the bank, so they can take as much of the salary that we give them out.
Smart.
And they sometimes err on the side of caution. Sometimes there's no way they're going to be successful.
Right.
We love that. The next station they go to is called Mr. and Mrs. Fun. So it's essentially volatility, unpredictability, right? So it's like, oh my goodness, I wasn't ready for this. And we want them to kind of feel how expensive reality is, right? So you buy a cup of Starbucks every day, right? So $5 a day for 50 weeks a year, that's $1,300, right? Gone. You go on vacation, $2,000, right? You have a birth, like I'm in several weddings, right? That it adds up.
Yes, it does.
Weddings are not cheap.
And so you don't really connect it until you're like, oh, I got to pay for this now.
Right.
The next station is the lottery. We love the lottery.
I've seen that in the video clip too. Yeah.
So I hope none of our clients or kids are listening, but the lottery is fairly rigged. It just mirrors the real lottery.
In real life, yeah.
So
it is.
there's very little chance that you can win, but there's $1 million ticket in there. It's really hard.
It's really hard to get it. Yeah.
And so kids are just throwing money away until they realize like, this is not a good idea. The next station is where they pay their bills, then they pay their rent, and the last station in the cycle is where they can buy an education or they can buy property.
All right.
And so what happens, what's so phenomenal about this epiphany that we see is a kid will take out not enough money. He'll work his way around the stations, he'll get back to the beginning where he works again. And as he steps to the bank, he or she steps to the bank, he'll look around the room and just kind of do one of these like puzzling faces where something is connecting and happening behind the scenes. And without us asking, he's just made a budget, right? He's strategized his way to figure this out. And while the first year was a total dud, he bombed it, what we've trained him to think about is how do I figure out this problem? And if they can figure that out early, it's a great building block to go for.
To the next, and they have 5 years to go, right? So they're going on 5 times.
Absolutely. And so the way our program works, so that game experience is 1. And then we go into 8 lessons that now talk about money. We go into different exercises and examples, and we really get into the meat of it. And we spend probably 60% going into mechanics, like savings and earning, investing, things like that. But we also spend a lot of time talking about the emotions, right? Because money is very emotional. We're like, I like that. I want it. I'm stressed. I'll buy it, right? Retail therapy, right? So we talk about a lot of those things like value and attitude and those elements. And then we play again. And so we cap Money Club, that's the name of our program, with this gameplay again, and we look for, did your decisions change? And if you make different decisions, you're thinking differently. So it's a really cool way to compare, and we can be like, wow, look at all the late payments here. Look at 0 late payments.
Exactly.
Look at all the lottery tickets here. Look at none of the lottery tickets here. It's fascinating to me.
That's awesome, though.
Yes.
That's awesome.
What's the age groups of the kids?
So Kimmy, this is where it gets really tricky. Right? So I'm gonna touch on something that almost doesn't make sense because it's that messed up, right? We work with kids from 10 to 18 and get asked by kids up to 25.
Wow.
Because no one's touching on this subject.
Right.
So it doesn't matter how old you are. Now, our language might change, like the subject matter might be a little different, but if you're 10 and you haven't learned anything, or you're 18 and you haven't learned anything, you kind of know the same stuff, right? We got to teach you addition before you go into the advanced math, just like we got to teach you the basics of money first. I'm disappointed in that. Right? In our education system, that's a reality.
Right. And it's not offered.
I agree.
Yeah. It should be, absolutely.
It definitely should be.
Now, see, well, I teach financial literacy on a side of, with my company I work at, we have a very close connection to United Way campaigns and different organizations in the Maryland, D.C. area. So we actually go out about once a month and we teach financial literacy to kids in Baltimore schools, Montgomery County schools, but usually more in this area, Baltimore. And we also use like the same type of money you guys use. We don't get to engage them as much because they're in their classroom. You know, once they're in their own comfort zone environment, they're not as focused.
Yep.
So we have kids, basically we're babysitting for like 2 hours, and I'm like, okay, what I signed up for was to help teach them financial literacy. So it gets to be very challenging working with children, and it's a great experience though. You have some that really look up to you and who are just on point with it, like they're on it, and some who are just not even doing what you're come to do. They're coloring or they're playing around with something. I'm like, okay, no. You have to. This is my only day I'm going to see you this month. You have to enjoy my time. So we love to get them engaged as well. But I think what you're doing is more top notch. It takes it to the next level, which is important. Like I said, they're going to remember this. So.
Yeah, and. So the thesis that we've had is like, how do we make money a sport?
Yeah.
Right? So we go into this, and I think nowadays in particular, we're like, participation trophy, hey, you tried hard. And in our game, we're like, look, we want to find a winner. We want to find a winner. And it's not about the winner, it's about the effort needed to be a winner, right? You're going to make radically different decisions when there's something on the line, right? Some skin in the game, rather than just being like, well, you played, you tried hard, right? We're not awarding lackadaisical effort in game. We're like, look, we want you to try to win. We want you to try to look at the person next to you and be like, I'm coming for you. And we want that, right? It's engaging.
Friendly competition.
All right, so what are some of the challenges that you faced within your business?
So there's always a challenge starting something new, right? And being, maybe, I don't know that we're front running, but we're certainly trying something different. So you've got to find those early adopters that are willing to take a risk on something that they don't know about. So I remember our first emails to companies where we'd be like, or schools where we'd be like, hey, we want to pilot this. You know, there's no cost. And as we did that, the ripple back was typically, heck no, get out of here. Like, we definitely don't trust you, right? And I remember somebody telling me, this sat well with me in like a start to fire kind of moment. She was like, your program was free, and it wasn't free. We got sponsored by somebody. We got supported through a grant. But your program was free, so we thought it sucked. And we were like, what? Like,
that's bad.
We tried so hard to get funding for you so you wouldn't have to pay for it, but it was interesting to see that value proposition, right? So that was really difficult to get started. We constantly have to make changes, right? The world that we live in is not the same as a 10-year-old or a 12-year-old or 15-year-old. So we constantly have to recognize that what we're doing isn't for us, right? And we often build a product because of something we know, right? So we're like, man, my feet hurt, I'm gonna build a better shoe, right? Or, man, I wish this kind of watch existed. In this case, building it for us wouldn't help. Right? So we have to build it with an entirely different generation in mind. So that's always a challenge. And then I think, it probably takes us at least 100 hours to get to a point where we launch a program, right? So there's all these things that go into this little tiny moment for a kid where all we can hope for is that we catch a glimmer and he's excited, he or she is super stoked to be a part of it, and we can redirect him or her just a little bit. But there are so many hours that are completely thankless to go behind it. So you got to have a little bit of faith, right? You got to have this gumption that this is going to work, or I'm going to make it work. And there is no plan B here. It is fixed plan A all the way.
Gotcha. All right, so last question. What do you find to be the most difficult and the most rewarding within the business? I think you kind of already tapped on the difficult, or at least most rewarding at this point.
So they can go together, and so there's like the business side, but then there's like the kid side, right? So for us, simultaneously most difficult and most rewarding is flipping a mindset.
Okay.
So we worked with a program over near, so it was held at St. Francis Academy, some inner city kids, and we asked them to define what money is to them. So finish the sentence, money is, right? So one girl says, evil.
Wow.
And we're like, whoa, that's powerful, right?
Very
that's
powerful.
Very deep meaning.
Yeah.
So to try to undermine this in a way that then spin cycles upwards, we've got to be very tactful about how we have this conversation, right? Because if we attack the belief, it sticks harder, right? You defend it. So we have to kind of mull it over and be sensitive to it. So we talk about it. We talk about why she feels this way, and the reason, at least from what I understood best, was that she had seen and been a part of individuals that had made money, been successful, and then abandoned the environment that they came from.
Wow.
Right?
So true.
So instead of feeding it back into the same environment and helping support the ecosystem, they left. And there are so many factors involved with that, right? Some may say it's right, some may say it's wrong, right? There's just so many emotions tied to that. But what we tried to facilitate was a conversation on, okay, what is this going to make you do, right? So if your belief is that money is evil, every time you have an opportunity to make it or grow or change or adapt, you run away, right? And so that ability for you to get out of your circumstance, to change your life, to help your family, right? To grow a family, you're going to move away from. And so that is a really difficult conversation, right? To come into the city and really tackle some of those belief systems takes a lot of time. And it takes the pause for us to not focus on okay, what's good for business and what's good here and who am I and what's my background and who are you and what color are we, but really let me hear you and let's talk about this, right? But on the other side of that is something really special where kids might wake up and say, I'm going to be a little different, right? I'm going to act different. I'm going to choose differently. And if that carries them away from a quicksand situation, then we've done something well, right? Done something right.
Wow. Now, is this a year-round program, and how could a parent get their child involved in it?
So what we have now is called Money Club, and it's a 15-hour course, so it's relatively light, powerful but light. We'll eventually have, what we want is courses from 3rd grade to 12th grade, right? We want to get you there. Nice. And then we're going to build some adult stuff for those of us that have more questions about money. So we come into schools, we do it in after-school format, we do an in-school format, we do with, we've worked with a lot of summer camps and programs in the summer. Anybody that's interested can go to our website, so it's www.ortusacademy.com, so you can find us there and submit a form, and we can always reach out. If you want to reach out directly, my email is aaron@ortusacademy.com. But the program that we have now is really concentrated, and we've just fine-tuned it over. We've worked with almost 850 kids, and I cannot wait to get to 1,000, right?
Wow.
Right, that's going to be really cool.
Yeah.
But the goal, right, as we've done this and seen what it can do, the goal is now 50,000, right?
Wow.
And when we get to 50,000, it's going to be 1 million. And we're just going to keep on going and keep on going to make change, because at some point, the environment, the education environment needs to adapt. And if it won't adapt, then we'll go first, right? We'll go first.
That's nice. That's Ortus, O-R-T-U-S, people. O-R-T-U-S Academy.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. So you're working on a book.
I am.
As well. So when will it be released, and what is your book about?
I don't know the release date yet. I'm focused on so many other things that I think are more important, but I've been coaching soccer for now 7 years, right? And so I've been coaching long enough to be frustrated with it, right? And I think any entrepreneur can probably relate to this started by being frustrated. So what I find myself doing is every season having, 6 weeks of integration and assimilation with new families. And so I tell them what to think, what to say on the sideline, what not to say on the sideline, how to react to their daughter. I coach girls now. And this full spectrum of how to take all the things that they feel most importantly about, and flip them upside down and be like, let's put these in context to your daughter, right? So I started coaching boys and did that for a while, and then when I got to girls, I just fell in love, right?
What's easier? I have to know.
I would say
I think girls.
Definitely girls. Now it's different, right? Like I've had to change as a man to coach girls better.
Sure. Yeah.
Right. So.
Definitely.
Like I would give these awesome halftime speeches to the boys, right? Like rah rah rah, Coach Carter moments, and the boys are like, yeah, we're gonna do it, what are you? And I gave the same speech to a set of the first girls that I coached, and it was just waterworks and tears and like completely different.
More sensitivity.
Completely. So I had to adapt a little bit, and I think. The reason it's easier to coach them is because there's a genuine connection, right? Rather than being this figurehead of like dominatrix, I'm in charge and you have to do what I say. With the girls, it's look, I'm gonna trust you, you're gonna trust me, we're gonna laugh, we're gonna cry, we're gonna talk, we're gonna win, we're gonna motivate each other, and we're gonna get there. And so it's an entirely different connection. So the book is centered around my experiences coaching for 7 years and how parents respond, and most importantly, how we as coaches and parents of daughters, now I'm not a parent, so this is kind of an unbiased perspective, is how we can unlock the potential of our daughters via our communication. You touched on that earlier, by the things that we subliminally say and do, and then I think like first and foremost the environment that we keep them in. And all of those things add up really quickly. And it's something as simple as, you know, if you're with, so in our programs we'll have kids do push-ups for their salary, right? And we call them girl push-ups, right? They're modified push-ups. We call them girl push-ups. So in that small moment, what we're doing is we're conditioning a girl to think, oh, I'm weaker, right? Or I have to do something different, right? And so being in that environment for so long, like I work on the mindset of the girls I coach, and every little word means so much because someone might take it a different way. So the book is really strategies and examples of things that have gone really well and things that have gone really poorly, and how parents can reflect on those experiences and make changes in their day-to-day so that their daughter becomes what they want. Now, it's key, I'm going to say that again, their daughter becomes what they want, what the daughter wants, not what the parent wants, right? And that's a big part of that too.
Yes, love.
What's the name of the, I don't know if we said it, what's the name of the book?
So the working title right now is Play Like a Girl.
Okay.
There's a title out there that's got that name, so I don't know what to do about that, but I'll figure it out.
You can add a little twist into it.
I'll figure it out. Maybe like a second sentence after
Is it another book that's titled that, or is it something else? Like
I think so, but it's we'll see.
Yeah.
But that's the working title right now.
Are you going to put it on the major outlets, or is it just going to be available exclusively on your website?
I'll put it out to major outlets. I'll do Amazon, I'll do some of those others, and I'll do a hard copy, I'll do an ebook. Nice. And the objective, what's funny about this objective is it's really designed to solve a problem. Like if it makes money, great. But if I can prevent the problems before they happen and give some of my athletes a chance at a better life after or through high school, then I'll be happy.
All right. So I have another question for you. What would you change about our community and why? If you could change anything, what would you change?
There's so many things that I would change.
What would be the number one?
I'm glad you said that, because a lot of times we ask our guests anything they would change about what they do, and they're always like,
they can't think of one.
The fact that you said that is amazing.
Yeah.
So let's open it up.
Man.
The number one thing that you would change.
So, well, let me tell you the top three, and then I'll focus on the top one, right?
Okay.
One would be communication, and I'll explain kind of what I mean by that. Yeah. Two would be like activities and opportunities for kids to get active. And three would be the access or the visibility of things like liquor stores or drugs or things like that, right? We got a big opioid problem. We got a lot of things there.
Okay.
But it's very visible too, right? And that's part of it. So with communication, right? I remember growing up. So I grew up. My first couple years being alive, I was down in Parkville, Maryland. Then I went to PG County and grew up there. And so I remember being outside. Yeah, you too? All right. So I remember being outside, and neighbors would come out and we'd talk and we'd hang out. We'd kick a ball, and we'd play baseball or wiffle ball in the courtyard. And And that fostered a space where I could have a conversation about something that I thought, wanted, believed in, didn't believe in, had a question about, without feeling like I had to like stay inside and not interact with others. And when we get in front of kids, so the phone is like the one thing that kids are always on. That's their device, right? It's their world. Now, it's not a problem that that's their world. I think that there is a tendency to have like keyboard muscles where you can say whatever you want, but then face to face there's a challenge. And so when you get to a point where you're going for a job, or you're trying to connect two things that are unlike, or you're trying to abridge a problem situation with parents or whoever it may be, you've got to have the ability to look somebody in the eyes and be like, hey, can we talk? Right? And if that's not a skill that you've developed, if that's not something that you've experienced, it's really hard to assuage that situation. And given how tumultuous things are and how media can spawn off from a singular moment into like just la land of negative impact.
Definitely.
It takes the person next to me or you or us to just say, hey, we're okay. Like, let's talk about it. And you know, having an opinion is really popular, but having a connection isn't. And I think having that connection is going to be really important for our kids, for the next generation.
I agree.
It takes time.
And like I said, it's harder to work with kids when it comes to that. So you have to be. I fostered 2 kids, believe it or not, as a foster parent, and that was probably the most difficult thing I've done in my entire life. As a single foster parent. Because of how damaged they are, and that's just it. But I have such a passion for giving back, especially to kids. So because of that, you know, my drive and my motivation was so much more involved with making sure they have a better life in the future, forgetting about the drama that they faced in their homes as to why they're in foster care. And that's another thing, is a lot of these kids, because they're coming from these backgrounds and these homes that aren't fit, let's just say it like that, you know, they are very destructive, or they're only on their phones. They don't want to communicate. They don't want to talk to you. They don't want to do anything that you ask them to do, because they're more focused on what they're used to doing, and their parents are letting them do whatever they want to do. And whether that's the reason why they, you know, whatever happened with their background for why they're in foster care, it is important for a parent to know. I will mention that if you're looking to be a foster parent, but I connect with you 100% on that, and I think that's very important, and it's a good point that you said that. And
like, we never know where those trauma moments come from, right? Because I can think back to moments that like I attached such like villainy to. I was like, this is wrong, this is like tyrannous, and I'm really upset and I'm hurt. And like, looking back, I just attached that emotion to it. It wasn't trauma at all, right? It was just like, I was getting picked on as a kid. Like, why did I make that bully last for 25 years? That doesn't make sense, right? But we don't know where those moments come from. And so I think stepping into a space where you work with kids, like, they can almost smell your intention. Right?
Definitely.
So when you come in and you're like, you know, I'm just here to go through the motions, and I'm doing this because I have to. The audience is just like disengaged. They don't want to hear you. When you step in with I think the easiest way to say it is love, right? I'm gonna step in with love, and I'm gonna give you everything I got. I'm gonna give you all my energy. Like, the entire reaction is significantly different, and that's when you get attention, and that's where communication starts. Or you have to get that attention.
Definitely, I agree with that.
And I just want to know, like, for other entrepreneurs and stuff, you know, you got out of your 9 to 5. There are so many people that can't stand waking up in the morning, going to a job that they absolutely hate, but it's like, well, how else are they supposed to pay their bills? So how did you step out of that 9 to 5 to become a full-time entrepreneur?
It certainly isn't easy. It takes a lot of time and effort and some intention. I changed jobs, and I thought that I was going to be happy, and I had different leadership. I had a really good leader ahead of me, and I still wasn't like fulfilled. And so it started with like a singular thought, like, hey, I can do this. I got around another entrepreneur and was like, oh man, this guy Sean, like, he's doing some awesome stuff. Let me just hang with him. Let me learn from him. Let me adapt to this environment. So that's like a really fundamental block, like, because being around somebody doing it will illuminate you to the possibility of doing it, right?
True.
Right? Whether you're an actor or actress, like, that's the person you want to meet, and you're like, wow, I could do that, right? And so I think that's a really good spark. But the rest of it is road mapping, and then it's the off hours, right? So I would get up in the morning, I would get up at 5, I would run for an hour or so, come back, have breakfast, go to work from 9 to 5, and I'd come back and I'd work from 5 to 2 in the morning.
On your plan.
Yep, and build the plan and build the roadmap. And it didn't happen, like, it wasn't like I quit my job and then Ortus was just like there. We had to grow it for a long time. So I was coaching soccer, I was picking up odd jobs. I'm also a jack of trades. So, you know, I was doing graphic design, I was doing marketing, I was finding ways to get what I needed. But it's attitude, right? Kiara said it best, like, it's attitude. And there has to be this grit to, like, not fold into what's coming back to you, and we all have needs, right? But part of it is, like, one, there are so many things that we spend money on that we don't need, right? So, like, I stopped buying crap I didn't need. I stopped buying the shoes that I was like, dang, you know, I want those. I stopped buying the things that made me feel good because I wanted the life that made me feel good, right? And so that practice of, okay, do I need it? Cut it. If I don't need it, cut it. If I don't need it, cut it. And living really minimally was really, like, practical, but also necessary, because you're going to funnel all your time and energy into your business.
Absolutely.
And then I think beyond that, like, I think in order to be a really effective entrepreneur, you've got to have, like, a balance of both skill and questions and curiosity and all these other elements. But if I had to pin it down to one thing that worked well for me, it was, can I latch onto an idea so tight that when somebody else heard me talk, they were like, dude, I don't know what it is you're selling, but I want it. Right? Like, I have to believe in it. I have to be the front runner of it all the time. And if I don't believe it, why would you buy it?
Nobody else will believe it.
Right?
That's right.
So imagine if I came in, and if you're listening, you can't see me, then I'll try to describe it, right? I came in, my shoulders are slouched, I'm kind of hunched, my vision is not in your eyes, and I'm trying to get you to buy what I'm selling. And in my case, I'm selling change in kids, right? So I'm like, yeah, you know, we do this program and it's really cool, my voice is really soft, right? Versus I came in, I'm like, hey, look, we got this awesome program, and kids are radically different afterwards. We get them excited, charged up, and amped, and by the time they're done, they cannot stop talking about what we're doing, right? It's a different vibe.
Different energy.
And as soon as you get in that space, like, if you can really do that on a daily basis where you're that excited, the moments that get difficult become a lot easier, because you're like, you know what, I'm gonna keep doing it for that, right? It's not easy, but it's worth it.
Absolutely not. Like, balancing your money is so super important. I saw a post the other day, somebody was like, I'm gonna buy a house before I buy a Gucci purse. I was like, yes, honey, yes, that's how it should be, because people's priorities are so effed up in this world. It's like you're trying to live a lifestyle that you have no business living. All right, you better take care of them bills before you buy that Gucci belt, them Gucci shoes. You know what I'm saying? So that's, and being an entrepreneur, you definitely have to be able to balance your money until you make it there.
Yes,
exactly.
And you know, a conversation that we have with kids, you know, there's so much pressure, I think, nowadays in, like, the money conversation to, like, cut all the things that you want, right? And when you're trying to start a business, like, you just gotta cut. That's just a reality. But when we have conversations, the objective is not to be like, never get what you want. That's the opposite of what we want, right? Like, we want to be able to be happy, healthy, and have the things we desire, but there has to be a balance as well. You can't, so I love this line, you can't have everything you want. You can have anything you want, but you can't have everything. Exactly. So make your choices, right? You want the nice car? Cool. Then live in a modest house or rent, right? You want the outfits all the time? Cool. Then be humble in your other occupancies, right? It's just, you just got to make choices, right? It's all about choices.
And I actually got one more thing. So we're actually, believe it or not, this always says every show, it's sad time, because it's time for our show to end.
Already?
It is. It goes by really fast. But I do want to get one more thing out of you before we leave, and like a quick minute soundbite or less.
Yes.
When it comes to volunteering, how can people get involved with your company? I know we talked a little bit about how parents can get their kids in, but when it comes to volunteers, how can they get involved?
So the website is the portal for that. Okay. www.ortusacademy.com. That's ORTUS. There's a link there to volunteer it's called Become a Coach. Okay. So you would essentially man one of those stations while we play the game with students. You can email me directly, Aaron@ortusacademy.com. But we are more than eager to get the community involved, right? When we play those games, what you saw in the video earlier is people from the neighborhood in which we're working. West Side Baltimore, East Side Baltimore, doesn't matter where we are. It's people from that area. So it's really special, really spectacular, and we're always honored to have enough people out there to make it work.
And I'm happy to say that I'm going to be working with you on the side. We talked a little bit about it, I think, via email, but Out the Box Radio will be helping. We're going to come out. We're going to volunteer.
I would like to.
Yes, I want to tune in.
Yes.
You're part of the crew, you're the family, so I will be making sure that everyone's on board. We're good with the date and times and everything, but we definitely want to come out.
Cool.
We would love to film some of it. We talked about that too, so we can air it on the show. But we're down for it, and I know we all have big hearts at this table, and I think it's going to be an amazing experience.
I hope so.
So I look forward to it, but definitely go to the Arty Us Academy website to sign up to be a volunteer. Come out and see us, Out the Box Radio Show, and see Aaron. Like, see his energy and his personality shining bright with these little kids.
Sitting next to a billionaire in the making. Hey.
And put out your social media so people can follow you.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so on Facebook, just tag us, Arty Us Academy, or find me, Aaron Velky. On Instagram, it's my last name, I am Velky. You can find me there. Twitter, Aaron Velky is super simple. We'd love to get a follow. We're going into the social media world really quickly. We've been kind of hiding, but we're about to come out of the scene and really make a difference, make a splash.
Good.
Yes.
Well, we're all looking forward to it.
Yeah, this is awesome.
Well, thank you, Aaron, for joining us today. We really appreciate it. Thank you, my co-hosts for today. Thank you both, Kimmy and Kiara. Thank you for joining us around the table.
Of course.
We will actually see you guys. Well, I will see you guys. I'm sorry. They might be back again, hopefully very soon. We'll be back next week with Jonay and Jared as well. We have special guests in the studio. We have one of our other reality stars from the show, Face the Music, coming in. And we'll be doing a little bit of filming for the show as well. So keep an eye out for that. That's coming next week. RadioOnFire.com, Out the Box Radio Show. Had a wonderful time. Thank you again for everybody joining us.
Thank you,
We'll
guys.
see you next week.
Bye-bye.